Welcome to the Success Sensei podcast for anyone interested in success, happiness, and balance. We'll teach you how to be a black belt at life. And now, your host, former professional fighter, multiple world champion, entrepreneur, and investor, Robert Devane.
Bowing in, this is Roundhouse Rob, the Success Sensei, helping you to win at life one kick and punch at a time. Episode 267, The Truth About Regret.
It's the Success Sensei podcast main event.
The truth about regret. Let's get straight into this episode. Number one. Everyone has regrets. Anything that falls into the category of you saying to yourself that you should have done something or that you should not have done something is a regret. There's so many different types of regrets. Throughout your life, you're going to experience a lot of different types of regrets. Some are big regrets, some are small regrets, some are trivial regrets, some are large life regrets. It's part of being a human being. So forgive yourself for the regrets that you do have in your life. As I said, anything that falls into the category of when you're thinking back to your past, and it's something that you think that you should have done and you regret not having tried something or having done something, or you regret having tried something or you regret having done something. Point number two, regrets can be crushing and they can lead to anxiety and depression, lethargy, fear of failure, and a whole host of non-productive emotions. So you can really let regret bring you down a very, very dark road if you don't manage your regrets, if you don't handle them in a certain way, if you don't reframe them in a certain way that helps your mindset, or if you just have a lot of different regret and don't learn from your regrets, which brings us on. Number three, some regret or regret at a certain level can affect you positively. So not all regret, like point number two, leads you down an awful dark path. Some regret or a certain level of a regret can actually be beneficial to you and to your objectives. How, you might be asking right now, and I'm sure you want to hear the answer. So let's go to number four. Regret can help you protect your future self. So if it was a regret regarding a mistake that you've made, well, you're going to definitely make sure that it doesn't happen again. So you're protecting your future self by not making the same mistakes, by not having the same regrets repeatedly. So if you learn from the first time you have that regret, there's no need to have the same regret again. So you are protecting your future self. Number five, if that wasn't good enough for you, number five, regret can help you to know yourself and your goals better. So regretting not taking action or regretting taking the wrong action are both learnable episodes. They're both things that you will figure out yourself more. If you know the action that you want to take going forward, or the type of situations you want to take action in, the type of situations you don't want to take action, or certainly don't want to take wrong action, you can absolutely, shape your future self by learning from having made those mistakes and having those regrets in the past. So regret can help you to know yourself and your goals better and what you want out of life. Number six, if that still wasn't good enough for you, regret can drive you to try harder, to prepare better, and ultimately just to improve your life. If you have a regret that isn't a debilitating regret, but it's something that niggles at you, you can use that as a driving force. In other words, like regretting not having taken a certain chance or a certain opportunity, that might niggle at you to the point that you make sure that you take all forthcoming future opportunities and chances. Number 7, many, if not all, successful people and high net worth people are driven forward by past regrets. The regrets are a big driver. So some actually need regret as a fuel. In a way, then, some might even like that bit of regret, because without it, maybe they didn't have that same drive. It's like frustration. Frustration can be an absolute great driver towards your goals. And it's why a lot of people, fear the comfort zone. They don't want to be so comfortable that they don't have, a controllable level of success. And that's another thing. A lot of people are trying to remove stress from their lives. But if you ask many people who are successful, many people who are self-made, they have a comfortable level of stress that perhaps they even need to have in their life so that they don't get stuck in the comfort zone, and so that they do feel that they're striving and achieving and learning and growing. Number 8. Some big regret at the moment that many investors have, if you ask them, is crypto regret. Absolutely everybody regrets not having believed in and bought into crypto, into Bitcoin specifically in the early days, even throughout the dips, it's still, at a colossal amount in comparison to what any of us could have invested at. So that's a common investment I hear. It's exactly the same when you're talking to investors. It's exactly the same when it comes to property. There's regrets over purchasing wrong property. There's regrets over not purchasing certain property, not getting onto the property ladder sooner before these astronomical rents and astronomical prices have really taken off. Business failures, are not having the courage to start certain businesses or to go into partnership with somebody. All of these are very, common regrets. Maybe not as harsh as some of the really strong and large life regrets, but they're still there, and they're pretty much there for everybody. But in the previous point, we had said many successful people and high net worth people are driven forward by these regrets, and specifically those regrets of, over business, over property, over investments, over crypto, all of these other things, which is what drives them forward to the next venture. Number 9, aim to reduce future regret by not holding back from your aims, your wishes, your plans, and your goals. So if you don't like regret and you don't want to have to use it to drive you forward, then aim to reduce future regret by not holding back, by getting stuck in, by not giving yourself that excuse of that procrastination. So in the future, you're looking back saying, I wish, I would have, I could have, I should have, and I wish I had. Number 10, the most common regrets. There's many different regrets. When I was doing the bit of research for this episode, I came across 50 regrets for people who are 50. Now, I'm not 50 yet. I'm still only 21, but I could relate to most of those 50 regrets, and some of them are trivial and some of them are large. But there is a famous book called The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying, and it is by Bronnie Ware, who is an Australian palliative carer. And these are a little bit more harder hitting, so we'll go through these briefly. You can make of them what you wish. So number 1 is, I wish I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. Number 2, I wish I hadn't worked so hard. Number 3, I wish I'd had the courage to express my feelings. Number 4, I wish I'd stayed in touch with my friends. And number 5, I wish I had let myself be happier. Now, as I said, they're fairly hard-hitting ones because they're regrets of people who are essentially on their deathbeds, their last throes of life. So, I mean, somebody at that stage is going to have very different regrets from somebody who's at a different stage in life. But they are hard-hitting. It is absolutely worth thinking about. They should make you want to live your life Go forward as you wish to proceed, and best wishes. Message me anytime, thesuccesssensei.com. Thank you for listening. I'm Roundhouse Rob, the Success Sensei. Life is a fight you can enjoy and win. Bowing out.
This has been the Success Sensei, fighting the winning fight. So add us, subscribe, like, and comment. Keep those hands up and keep moving forward.